Alright guys, so welcome to part 3 of my Canon rock tutorial. This time we'll be going over the main melody or the chorus, the part you guys have been waiting for pretty much. And so here's what's going to sound like at full speed. Alright, so this section starts off with the quarter note up at the 17th fret of the E string. Then you're going to do 2 eighth notes also on the E string, 14, 15. Then you're going to repeat that exact thing to finish that measure. So you're going to continue on with eighth notes, starting with 17th fret of the E string again. Then going down an octave to the 14th fret of the G string. Then going up to the 16th fret of the G string. Now all on the B string you got 14, 15, 17, and then on the E string you have 14, 15. So those two measures are going to sound like this. Now moving on, you got a quarter note at the 14th fret of the E string, 2 eighth notes, 15 to 17 on the B string, coming back up to the 14th fret of the E string. Then you're going to go down an octave to the 16th fret of the D string up to the 17th fret to complete that measure. And now the next measure, all eighth notes. 14, 16, 14 on the G string, down to 17th on the D string, back up to 14 on the D string, on the G string, then 15, 14, 15 on the B string. So those two measures together are going to sound like this. Now the next measure is going to drop all the way down to the 17th fret of the D string as a quarter note. Then you're going to hit 16th fret on the G string, down to 14th fret on the G string, land on 17 on the D string for a quarter note again. Then 16, 14 on the D string, eighth notes. And then you're going to do that again. So you're going to hit 16, 14 on the D string again. Then go down to 17th fret on the A string, all eighth notes. So then you're going to go back up your scale there at the G string, 14, 16, 17. Then 14, 16 on the G string. So that little section is going to sound like this. Then you're going to land on the 17th fret of the G string again. Then you're going to do 2 eighth notes, 16th of the G to 14th, and then land a quarter note on the 16th of G again. Then you're going to do 2 eighth notes, 14, 15 on the B string. So that section is going to sound like this. Then the last section is going to start with a quarter note on the 17th fret of the D string again. Then 2 eighth notes on the 16th fret of the G string down to the 14th fret of the G string. And then you're going to land on a quarter note on the 16th fret of the G string again. And then you're going to hit the last 2 eighth notes on the 14th and 15th fret of the B string. Now all eighth notes, you're going to do a little scale run starting at the 14th fret of the G string. So you can go 14, 16 on the G, then 14, 15, 17 on the B, and then 14, 15, 17 on the E. So that whole first half of the chorus is going to sound like this, slowly. Alright, so the second half of the chorus is going to have all the same rhythms, every measure, just like the last section did. And so it's going to start with a quarter note at the 14th fret of the E string, 2 eighth notes from 15 to 17 on the B string. Then you're going to hit the 14th fret of the E string again. And then this time you're going to come down 2 more eighth notes on 17, 15 of the B string. And then for the next measure, you're going to hit 17 on the B, all on the B string actually. Then 14, 15, 17. Then you're going to bend up 17. A whole step so it sounds like 19. You're going to release the bend and sound 17 again. And then you're going to hit 15, then 14. So those two measures are going to sound like this. Now you're going to come and hit the 15th fret of the B string for a quarter note. Then you're going to come up to it with 16th fret on the G string, 14th fret on the B string, and then a quarter note on the 15th fret of the B string. Then you're going to come all the way down to the 16th fret of the D string for 16, 17, 2 eighth notes. Now you're going to do, we had the exact same measure in the section before. You're going to go all eighth notes on the G string, 14, 16, 14, 17 on the D string. And then you're going to go back up to 14 on the G string. And play 15, 14, 15 on the B string. So that section's going to sound like this. This time you're going to land with a quarter note at the 16th fret of the G string. Then you're going to do 2 eighth notes at 15, 14 on the B string. Land a quarter note on the G string. End that measure with 14th fret of the G string, 17th fret of the D string. Now the next measure is going to do those two notes again. So 14th fret of the G string, 17th fret of the D string. Then you're going to go down to 16th fret of the D, up to 17, back to the 14th fret of the G string. Rise all the way back up to 16th fret of the G string, 14 of B and 15 of the B. So then you're going to land on the 16th fret of the G string. Then you're going to do 15, 14, 15. That last 15 is going to be a quarter note on the B string. And then you're going to end that measure with 14 on the B, then 16th fret of the G string. Now the last measure of the whole course is going to be all on the B string, 14, 15, 14, 15, 17, 15, 14, 15. Now down to the G string, 16, then back up to the B string, 14, and then end the whole thing on the 15th fret. So now I'm going to play the entire thing slowly. If you're learning this song for the first time, I want you to use this chorus as an alternate picking practice. No matter how good you are at alternate picking, it's nice to, put a new practice thing in your repertoire. It's important when you're playing this, at least for when you're learning it, to downstroke every single downbeat. So your hand is just doing the exact same motion the entire time with, no breaks. With the exception of the bend in the second half, you're going to be alternate picking everything, and every quarter note is going to be a downstroke, and every eighth note following that is also going to be a downstroke. So if you watch, I'm going to exaggerate my picking hand so you can see what I'm talking about. So it was a little sloppy because I was exaggerating my picking hand. I just wanted you to see the emotion of just constant alternate picking the entire time. So I think it's important when learning, at least, to keep true to that picking pattern, and it should make, it should make it easier. It should help you with your alternate picking too. If you watch my cover of the song, or Fun2's cover, which is one of the most popular, guitar videos on YouTube, you'll notice that instead of just holding this note out until that bar starts, I do a little sweep. And so all I'm doing there is hitting the note, hitting that last note, then doing a little sweep pattern, very common one. That if you're familiar with sweep picking, you probably know it, but it's 14th fret on the G string, 15th fret on the B string, 14th fret on the E string, 17th fret on the E string, pull off to the 14th fret of the E string, 15th fret of the D string, and then 14th fret of the D string, and just slide down. As opposed to, if you don't want to add that to, if you're not ready to do that yet, you can just finish the song. And you just go right into the riff like that, or even... Honestly, however you want to transition there is fine, but that's the way I do it. Maybe a little flashy, but I learned it from Fun2, so yeah. All right, so one more thing I want to show you guys today is that is the riff, the main riff that happens right after the chorus. So when you hit that last D note, 15th fret of the B string, that's right when the riff starts again. And so the riff is going to be the exact same until the last measure. So it's going to sound like this. And so what I'm doing on that last time I get to the G chord, so I'm going to hit the... Instead of finishing that little run like we would normally, I hit the 7th fret of the G string and slide up, and then I do this little triplet run, starting at the 14th fret of the D string, 14, 16, 17 on D, then up to the G string you have 14, 16, 18, and you do that twice. Then on the B string, 14, 15, 17, bend that 17 note up, pick it again and bend it up to sound like a whole step to sound like the 19th fret, and that's going to start the second verse, and we'll get into that in a different video. And so that's going to sound like this. And if you're not comfortable alternate picking at that speed yet, I would recommend working up to it. But for now, sounds totally good also if you alternate pick it. So just pick the first note of every three notes and hammer on the rest. That's totally acceptable too, and it sounds great. All right, well guys, thanks for watching. I hope I was helpful. I hope this helps with your alternate picking. I hope it helps with your guitar playing in general. And good luck with the song. Good luck with playing. Thanks for watching.